Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It's that time of the week. It's Tuesday, March 16th. Happy Austin 316 Day, everybody. Hope you crack some cold ones for Stone Cold Steve Austin. And it's time for the Amalgamation Nation Sports Talk Tuesday. It's a special show this week. We're going to make our official show bracket prediction. As always, you can find us on Twitter at AmNationPod, and on Instagram it's the same handle at AmNationPod. Make sure you're following us on both of those. On YouTube, search Amalgamation Nation and hit that sub button. You can listen on podcast platforms of choice such as Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and more. Just go ahead and follow and leave a nice review and rate and all that good stuff on those services as well. If you're looking for merch for the AM Nation and Undead Red Bull, you go to teesprings.com/store/AMNation-Undead Red Bull. It's down below in the Twitch description as well on David's Twitch page, twitch.tv/Undead Red Bull. It's also down below in the podcast description, and it will be the pinned tweet after March Madness gets going, because right now I have the link to our AM Nation group on there, so that's pretty cool. If you want to be a part of the show, leave a voicemail or text the show 815-556-9089. And we stream Tuesdays and Thursdays right here on twitch.tv/Undead Red Bull, where you can follow and sub as well. If you have Amazon Prime, you get a free sub a month, so give it to Undead Red Bull. Beginning the show today, of course, I am the enemy watching booze, cruising Olivia Munns, like and John Cena, following hostess with the Moses himself, Ryan Green Machine Ebner. Looking ahead, we've got the Justice League Snyder Cut coming out this week. We'll be doing a review on that next week, and then next Tuesday, or no, 2 Tuesdays from now, will be the MLB preview show. But like I said, today is March Madness. So, Shy Brush line in the comments, is there a chance to hysterically laugh at the Bears? I will tell you what, you can laugh. You can laugh at the Bears. We all will laugh at the Bears. But I will save my rage for next week, because I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it to myself tonight. I just don't. We do have a voicemail that I got to pull up, because we got one from, I'm going to be honest with you. I think I know who it was. I might know who it was. We'll find out. I'm going to play it for you. But that's just how, when I introduce each person on the show, you have to answer his question that he asks. So let's begin with the voicemail.
Hey there, guys. It's Marty. Big fan of the show. First of all, I wanted to say hi to Brandon. I mean, the guy's got to get an Ethernet cord or something. He's got a worse connection than me and my ex-wife. But anyway, I just wanted to get your thoughts on the color blue. I just think it's a beautiful color. And the second thought that I want to get your thoughts on is chocolate-covered raisins. They're just, I think they're a magnificent snack. And, it tickles the fancy a little bit. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on both of those things. Again, the color blue and chocolate-covered raisins, in case you forgot. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Marty, for the voicemail. First joining me this evening.
Mute yourself so I can actually hear the question.
Oh, well, I don't. Yeah, my bad. So, the chances are, the questions are, first, what is your thoughts on the beautiful color blue? And second, on chocolate-covered raisins. Introducing first from North Carolina, Brendan B.K. Kennerly. B.K., he got a little personal with you there. How you doing?
It's all good. I'll get over it. He's absolutely right about chocolate-covered raisins, though. I love those. One time in college, my freshman year, went to the little convenience store on campus, got me a pound of chocolate-covered raisins, ate them in a sitting. Love them.
Oh.
So, the color blue, my favorite color is green, so get wrecked.
That's right, baby.
And it's also St. Patty's Day tomorrow, so fuck blue, go green.
Oh.
Even though I'm wearing a UNC shirt right now, but
it's cool. Yeah, I mean, Dividing line.
ECU's not in the tournament, never will be, so I'm not wearing an ECU shirt.
Good on you. Next, we've got from twitch.tv/Undead Red Bull, Mr. Undead Red Bull himself. David, how are you? And what's your thoughts on the color blue and chocolate-covered raisins?
Color blue is good, I guess. I mean, I don't have a problem with color blue. I mean, a Cubs fan, so I'm used to wearing blue. but it will not be the better color, per se, in my opinion. Or else I'd be called, I guess, Undead Blue Ball or Bowl.
Blue balls?
Blue
Is that
balls.
what we're getting at?
Undead blue balls.
That's hilarious, right?
Blue ball.
Yep, everyone be blue balls. But yeah, as for the chocolate covered raisins, yeah, I like chocolate covered raisins. They're good.
Oh.
But yeah, BK does need an internet cable.
That was the best part. When that man
Best
said,
part was you probably said that, BK, but like no one heard you until the end of your speech.
he said, when I listened to it the first time, I'm pretty sure I know what it was. I'm pretty positive, but I'll keep it going. I'll keep the thing alive. When he said, better connection with me and my ex-wife, I almost pissed myself. I almost pissed myself. I was like, Jesus. Also joining the crew, the Normal Tuesday crew, Petey Tahiti Argus. Pete, color blue, chocolate covered raisins. Where are you at? Mr. Anti-Girl Scout himself.
Yeah, no, we can probably just leave it at that. But yeah, I mean, blue's all right. I mean, I'm with David as long as it's Cubby Blue. You know, that's what I'm in for. For the chocolate covered raisins, no, I'm not a fan. I mean, I can't even remember the last time I even had a chocolate covered raisin. Like seriously, I mean, maybe like 20 years ago, last time I had one. I don't know. It's been a while that I've had one. But I mean, I'm mostly indifferent on it. But like, if there's a selection of something else I can get, I'm probably gonna pick it. It's nothing against chocolate covered raisin. It's probably better than Girl Scout cookies. But I mean, whatever.
I was with you till the end. And rounding out the crew this evening, the special coin flipper for tonight's episode. Guadalupe Moyalon Esquivel Jr. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. What are your thoughts on the color blue? Look, he's got chocolate covered raisins right there. A color blue and chocolate covered raisins.
Oh. First off, me and Pete, we need to go like on a fucking snack date together or something, because we're of the same opinion. I do not like raisins at all, so chocolate covered raisins, again, like he said, if there's any selection of anything else, I'm grabbing anything else. And again, he's probably correct on the Girl Scout cookies. The color blue,
Here we go. Love it, Junior.
Blue is actually one of my favorite colors. It's either red, blue, or black, one of those three. So with blue, I love it. Especially like that royal type of blue they call it, where it's like a dark, shiny blue.
Very nice, very nice. For me, I am in the camp of Pete and Junior. Not a big fan of chocolate covered raisins. I do, however, have from Costco chocolate covered almonds, and I'm down with those.
Ooh.
I'm real down with those. Those are good. When it comes to the color blue, listen, I'm colorblind, So I couldn't even tell you what real blue looks like. I couldn't even tell you. I don't really know. So, like my whole life, I've been like, my favorite color is green, but how the fuck do I know it's green? Who knows? I sure don't. So that's the answer to your question. I don't know what the color blue looks like, everybody. Woo! And of course, thank you, Marty, for the voicemail. If you would like to be a part of the show, just like Elaine and Marty, 815-556-9089. Now, this is a different show, like I said, where, Melissa, blue is about color, of course, there you go. This is a different show because we're just sticking to the bracket. We're not going to go, and I know there's a ton of NFL news and everything else. We're not going to get into that. We'll save that for next week's show. So this is just a few stats and then the rundown of how this is going to go. Of course, you could join our ESPN group and be a part of it, so you can beat us. Each of us will have our individual brackets in there, so that'll be pretty dope. We'll see how you do. It's posted on our pin tweet at AnimationPod on Twitter. I'll share it on like Facebook and everything else too, just so everybody has a chance at it on there as well. The way this is going to work, we're going to go majority rule, right? We live in the United States of America. This is a democracy, right? Hopefully, kind of. We'll see. And since there is 4 of us usually on the show, we had to bring in a 5th because Dan is on the road doing things. We brought in Junior. He will be originally, I was all down for Junior picking a team. And then after the show, there was some discussions about...
Some asshole had to ruin my phone.
Should we...
Asshole.
Assholes.
It might have been multiple, And it was, maybe that's giving Junior a little bit too much power, per se. So Junior instead is going to be the official coin flipper. He's got 5 different quarters.
I got fucking demoted. What happened?
I think you're still good. I still dig it. You got 5 quarters with 5 different states on them. The rule is if one of the schools we're talking about is from any of those states, he has to use a different coin. He can't use the coin that has that state on it because, of course, maybe the quarter's biased. I don't know. Maybe Junior's biased. I don't know. We're going to find out as we go through this.
No, Junior doesn't even have a coin.
He's just like fucking saying it. That's also true. This is all great. This is all very good points that could be made.
Just for the part where he like flips it and he's like, "Shit!" and one underneath the chair. Hold on, guys.
Again, it depends on who pisses me off.
This man. If I can't, hold on, and it's on the ground. You hear it hit the ground and shit. I'm just gonna lose.
The best part is if you like hear the quarter like hit the microphone as he flips it, and you just hear.
See, now Melissa makes a great point. She said, "Junior, you gotta show yourself because we need proof of the coins." And my answer to that is, see, there's a stimmy coming, Melissa, so I might have to send Junior a webcam from now on so Junior can show his beautiful face as well. So fun facts before the tournament here. Since the late 1970s when seeding began, only 4 national champions have been ranked worse than the 5 seed, Yukon in 2014 being the only one of those in the last 30 years. Big Ten teams have lost 7 straight national championship appearances since the Michigan State won back in 2000. Fun fact, only 1 team in the last 16 championships did the winning team not have a shade of blue in their color scheme. So, IOL, we're off to the right start. After a year without March Madness, it is finally time. It's great. It's fantastic. It's one of my favorite times of year. It's what I talked about last week on the show, why my favorite month is March. It's a big part of it. And the last undefeated national championship team was Indiana back in 1976. And we have 6 refs sent out after 1 positive COVID test /contact tracing. Another big thing with this for this year for this tournament is the first 4 out, or whatever you want to call them, are officially the backup teams, right? So if a team can't compete because of COVID, they will go in order and sub those teams in, Louisville, I know, being the first one. So what I'm going to ask here, I'll start with you, Pete. 1, how do you think that's going to work if it needs to be implemented? We don't know. We have teams like Virginia that aren't going to be able to travel until like Friday. And also, with it all being taking place in one state, what do you think about the changes for this year's tournament?
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to favor a lot of the Big Ten teams. You're already been in that time zone. A lot of them obviously already played in the Big Ten tournament. So I think a lot of those Midwest teams is going to really favor, especially those like early games that you have like on Friday morning or like Friday afternoon, as well as like Saturday afternoon, those strange time zones, because that's usually when the upsets happen. Is usually at the beginning of the day. So I think that's going to be the big effect. The whole kind of like bubble teams that are just waiting there, that's got to be so strange. Because it's like, it's going to be last minute, especially with Ryan, you pointing out like Virginia. I mean, they're going to be traveling basically like Friday, playing against, the studs, from Athens, Ohio on Saturday. So, that's tough. So, it's got to be tough for teams like Louisville as well as the other teams that are just like on the bubble, because like, who do you prepare for? Like, you don't know. So, that's going to be tough. But hey, it's March Madness. Let's just chug along. Let's get through this tournament. Let's do it. America needs this. Let's go.
That's right. America does need this. We need this. Carlos GTA 5, my bad, wrong show. Yeah, we'll get you on Thursday, buddy. Let's see, BK, your thoughts on, with obviously the change of with these first 4 out and what they have to stand prepared. Then, of course, the tournament being all held in one state, the state of Indiana that we usually shit on, but this time, go Indiana.
Yeah, well, Pete brought up a good point about the Big Ten, because they already are there. So they have a huge advantage, and they have the most teams in the tournament this year as well. So I expect the Big Ten to do very well this tournament. I just hope none of the backup teams are honestly used. So hopefully the NCAA just does a good bubble job. But that's just going to be tough. Like you saw with the NBA with Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, they got the haircuts, and they got COVID that way and had to sit out the All-Star game. So it's like, I don't know how they're exactly gonna approach all these things. Just like tell the guys no haircuts. Because I almost
Fuck
like
your
that's what you
hair.
have to do. So, like if you work out like at the they're gonna have probably like strict paths like to like walk on. Like you got like this is your route. This is what you're doing while we're here for a month. Well, not even a whole month, but you get the gist. This'll interesting. I'm just glad it was probably everyone else's here that that we have March Madness this year, that we're getting it. So it's gonna be funky and that's fine, but it's better than nothing. And honestly, if it didn't happen this year, would we have gotten it next year? I don't know. I doubt it because so many schools would have gone bankrupt. Honestly, just because you need this event. So
100%. And that's a big thing a lot of people didn't think about last season is that, like you said, the financial implications of being in this tournament and the money that these schools get off of it is really big, especially for a lot of the smaller schools, right? Obviously, the bigger institutions like the Dukes, the North Carolinas, the Kansases, the Gonzagas, all those different schools now, that's different. But these smaller schools like the Winthrops and things like that, they definitely need this tournament. David, hello there, sir. I'm going to ask you, what are your thoughts on this weird COVID situation for March Madness, right? We've got bubble teams that have to be prepared to play at any moment, and then we're all in the state of Indiana. Your thoughts on it?
So are the bubble teams only for the round of 64?
It goes up until it's at least the first couple of rounds. I think after the Sweet 16 they can't jump in.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they could just like miss like the first week and be like, oh cool, we're in the round of 32. Thanks guys.
Yeah, that's
kind of fucked up. To be honest, at that point, the team that
Well-
lost to that team should advance to the 32 if that team can't perform. At least in the
I don't know
round
how
of
it is. I think it might be just a forfeit. Because that's not fair. I don't think that they are just going to like sub in, hey, Louisville, you made the Sweet 16. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's got to be a forfeit at that point.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way.
The only way I can see that viable is the team that lost to the team that out gets the advance, because then technically, that's the only thing that I would see fair. Not a team that didn't even win their first round of 64 jumps in. Now the round of 64, I could see it, right? A team gets COVID while traveling and they can't participate. Well, they need another team to fill. That makes all sense. It sucks for whatever who it is. I bet you some rules will change if it's like one of the number one seeds. So I'll tell you what, they're not gonna let someone fucking take on one of their one seed. They'll be like, oh, this person doesn't have COVID. Let's retest this guy again. It was a false positive type scenario. But if it's like a 15 seed or something, they'll be like, oh yeah, we'll just throw in Louisville, who will probably have more revenue from at least the TV viewing anyways. So it's gonna be strange. It's gonna be weird. Hopefully, no teams have COVID. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, it's not like how is it going about between the round of 64 to like the Sweet 16? What are they doing for that week? Are they still staying in Indy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they all stay in Indy.
In a bubble style lockdown for that week?
Yeah. Yeah, so Luca Garza of Iowa was on, I don't know, it might have been ESPN, I don't know. He was like talking because they were already in Indy for the Big Ten tournament. He said they can't leave their room. Like the only time they can leave their room is if they practice. So like all food gets sent to them. They don't leave ever. So everything's like completely locked up.
So that's good, right? The only issue is we have to get through the round of 64 and 32, right? Those are the only times you're going to see the COVID potentially spike because they just traveled recently, right? All the teams are. I don't know if they're there yet. They may be, but it's not like you were isolated for like a week or two already before the tournament started, right, and then go into it. If that would have occurred already, then yeah, there probably wouldn't even be need for the bubble teams. And I'm assuming they're only going to need the bubble teams if needed in the round of 64. I don't see it happening in the Sweet 16, especially if they're not even leaving their rooms. They're going to be like locked down. The only way they're going to get it then is from whoever's delivering the food. But I'm sure NCAA's made some arrangements to where who's ever even in the food staff can't even probably leave that hotel.
Right.
So they probably made some arrangements for that too. The whole building's probably on lockdown. But it's going to be different, but it should be fun. hopefully. What's also kind of weird is we have a bubble, but you're allowing fans to kind of attend. If I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep.
So-
There are fans. Yeah.
It's like, oh, we have this big bubble, but yeah, we're gonna have fans attend the stadium. So
Yeah,
it's a little messed up, but we'll see. Hopefully, it works out for the best.
I think we're going to, like, it's going to be like one of those, like you guys all said, hopefully we don't need to see one of those teams get in and we're past that situation, because this is going to be one of those, we just got to push through it. We got to push through it. Let's get through this March Madness. Let's have a good time. It's going to be great. You know, the not going into the different regions is going to play a big role in some of these games. And that's definitely a really big point. BK brought up haircuts. Pretty sweet. I get a haircut on Saturday, so I'm pretty hyped for it. Pretty hyped. Before my triple date with David and others, we're going out to dinner that night. So fucking sweet. Pretty dope. It was really funny last Saturday when David came to poker night and we're like, wow, that is kind of weird. It's the first time we've seen each other in person in forever. And he's like,
right in person.
Yeah, he was like, "It's so cool to see you in person." I was like, I thought about it. I'm like, what? And I'm like, oh yeah, we only do the shows and we're just on the camp, bro. Holy shit.
Talk every Tuesday, Thursday, yeah, but I haven't seen you in person
good point.
in probably half a year plus to a year.
Jesus, you are correct. So I gotta get all fancy for the triple date. Mike's my date, so.
And then I took his money for poker, so he's
Sure
kind
did.
of upset.
Yeah, he's cool. No, I'll be at that point. I was already celebrating those $3.13 margaritas. Happy birthday, Chili. Shout out to you. And that was a damn good time. I know PK knows what I'm talking about. That was a good old time. Woo. That's right. Boom. All right, let's get into it. Of course, if you want to watch the bracket live as we do it, you can go to twitch.tv/UndeadRebel if you're not there already and watch it as we go. All right, let's start. We're going to start in the West. I'm going to do this left to right. So I'll go West, South, East, Midwest. And then obviously we'll just go through each one. Let's start here. Gonzaga versus the play-in 16 seed of Norfolk and Appalachian State. BK.
Well, I'll tell you something. All right, so people from the area, and that my parents both went to Appalachian. So when you're from this area, you don't say Appalachian. If you want to sound like a local, Appalachian.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Appalachian. So I predict Appalachian to win the playing game, but then Gonzaga will roll them.
So Gonzaga moves on. Pete?
This is definitely Zags. Yeah.
All right. David?
I'm going to go Zaga as well.
All right, that's clean sweep. Gonzaga. Junior, you're still on ice. You don't need to pull out a quarter yet, baby. 1C Gonzaga. Good. Could have beat the 16th seed.
On that one.
He was ready. He's like, ooh, he's working on his thumb and shit. Yeah, he's flipping.
He may be needed near. Maybe soon.
It might be getting soon. And also, obviously, like that game, fairly easy, right? Gonzaga, the most dominant team in college basketball this year. It's the best they've looked. They're undefeated. But as we go along, there will probably be more in depth on each game, and that's fine.
Yes.
But I was like thinking that I'm like, I don't want everybody to think you could talk. It's okay. It's fine. Let's move on to the next one here.
See, we could just go right through that one.
Well, yeah, I mean, unless you're what was that school? Damn, I already forgot. Yeah.
UMBC.
Yeah, UMBC, bro. The Retrievers or whatever they are. Fucking sweet, dude. I think I bought a T-shirt for that school.
Chesapeake Bay Retrievers. They're the same dog as Ruby.
Oh, there we go.
I have a bunch of buddies that went to UMBC. So.
I have a shirt that says they beat Virginia, so I thought that was cool.
Nice.
Yeah. There we go.
Virginia won the national championship the next year, though, so they really will bounce back.
They did.
Gotta give them that.
Yeah.
Will they bounce back this year? Ooh, we'll get to it. Oklahoma versus Missouri. Pete.
I'm going with the other OU that everybody knows, Oklahoma, in that game. Both teams have stunk the last, end of the season. Oklahoma finishing 0-4 to the end of the season. They're in the regular season. And then Missouri kind of sputtering as well. So this is a typical 8-9 matchup. Like, who are you going to pick? Going Oklahoma. Going Big 12 over SEC.
All right, David. Oklahoma or Missouri?
Man. I'm going to go Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. We got 2 Oklahomas, 0 Missouris. BK.
I am also going with Oklahoma.
Oh, we'll get another clean sweep, Junior. Keep that finger warmed up because we're going Oklahoma to knock off Missouri in a clean sweep. right here. Let's move along to a 5-12. Always got to watch those 5-12 matchups. Those are the ones. Creighton, who's got some issues with their coach for being really racist. And UCSB, Santa Barbara, guys. University, what is that? Clary, Santa Barbara, something like that. I don't know. It's
California, Santa Barbara.
Yeah, there it is. David this time. Who do you got?
I'm going to go Creighton.
Oh, BK.
Go with Creighton. They struggled at the end there against Georgetown, but I just think they just didn't really care. Honestly, they were kind of already in. They were in overdrive. I know they have the coaching issues, but I feel like that could also bring a team together. So Creighton.
Pete.
I'm going UC Santa Barbara, man.
Yes.
I'm going with them. This is another one of those games. The game is tipping at 3:30 on Saturday. You know what that is? Prime time upset. Let's go. UC Santa Barbara. Let's go.
So 3:30.
So 3:30 would be a 1 o'clock their time. They're going to do an upset?
Yeah, absolutely. No. It'd be at 12:30 their time.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
They were rolling out of bed from staying up all late because the melatonin levels are way off in their brain.
No.
So staying up super late.
No, you book it. UC Santa Barbara, baby.
Okay.
Junior, get the coin ready, baby, because I'm going with University of California, Santa Barbara as well. UC Santa Barbara. And
Brucey's time to shine, baby.
So every time I have so far written down brackets, I've picked them as well as the 12, the upset of 5 this year. So I'm going to stick with that. So let's do heads, Creighton, tails, Santa Barbara. Junior, flip the coin, sir. Well, I can't do a drum noise, but it's cool.
It is heads.
Oh, it's going to be Creighton taking the dub here for our bracket. Mark it down, Pete. So if they're wrong, that was on them. Mark it down.
We know, Ryan.
Yeah,
we know.
We know. Now, I'll tell you the big one right here. The COVID Virginia versus OU. Oh, yeah. Ohio University, the MAC champs. BK, it starts with you.
Now, if you would have asked me who was winning this game a few years ago before I met someone, I would have said UVA all day, every day. Then I met a fellow, a good guy by the name of Pete Argus.
Good guy.
And he is a big OU fan. So I kind of like that. I'm going with the Bobcats.
That's right. That's one for the Bobcats. Pete, who do you got?
Who do you think I got? What do you think I got? Where do you think I got my diploma from? Let's go! It's OU all day! Let's go! The Cavaliers go down!
My dad, so obviously super excited with Illinois winning the Big Ten. And then you talk about Ohio getting in. He's like, yeah, congrats, Pete, Molly, woo! He's like all excited because OU also got in. It's pretty dope.
Oh, yeah, man. Hey, hold on real quick. The only reason OU won on Saturday is because me and Molly traveled down to OU for the day. And then came back to Cleveland right before tip-off. Gave it some good juju. That's what it was.
You love to see it. David, Virginia versus OU.
It looks like Pete needs to do a little trip to give some more juju for Ohio because they're going to win.
That's right. And let's do it. Let's do the clean sweep, baby. OU. All of us are going with OU to knock off Virginia. Listen, the COVID has a huge thing to do with this. And for one, right? I mean, Virginia, I talked about before the show, not being able to, or at the top of the show, not being able to travel. They're not going to travel till Friday as a team. That's just bad. It just doesn't look good for them. Going into Ohio is hot, coming off that MAC win. So I will go with Ohio. Pete, question: do you know when the last time Ohio got to the tournament? Because I don't.
20. Actually, it was the year before I went down OU. 2012. And guess what? They were a 13 seed. Went to the Sweet 16. Beat Michigan, then beat South Florida. Yep.
Was it DJ Cooper?
Oh yeah. It was DJ Cooper.
That's right.
Yeah. Actually, I think today was actually the anniversary of them beating Michigan.
There we go. Let's see if they do it again. We're going with Ohio. And then we've got USC versus the winner of Wichita and Drake. See, this is where I think some of these playing games and doing these beforehand is going to get a little tricky because I really like the Drake USC matchup but Drake's got to get through Wichita State. Pete, start with you.
Well, to me, it's not going to matter. I really like USC. I think USC's hot. So I'm going to go with USC. Even though they can't shoot from the free throw line, it's fine. Whatever. I'm going USC in this game.
David.
I'll go USC as well.
USC. BK.
I'm going to stick with the American Conference. So Wichita State, they had the issues with Greg Marshall this year, but they still finished top of the conference, had a better conference record than Houston, who was a 2 seed this year. I think Wichita State beats Drake and then beats USC.
See, I am torn here. You know, man, just to make Junior did some work. I'm actually, like I said, I think Drake's going to get the W. Right, he's gonna release a new album soon too. So Drake vibe, it's feeling good. And then Drake picks up the
I
win.
think that gives you bad juju, but
Dude,
I guess
Juju-
he kind of finished that off with Toronto winning though.
Yeah, he sure did. He sure did. I feel like he broke the curse. He's out here getting Kanye and Kim divorced. It's crazy. So Drake having a year. Yeah, you didn't see that, dude. We watch TMZ at work all the time because it's the only channel we get. So I'm all in it. I'm all in on the dirt sheet.
Like I said, I found out who Bad Bunny was earlier today.
Oh man, that was sad. Carlos was so upset. He was very disappointed. You gave him a high
That's fine.
because he had just saw the text. Hey, show this to Carlos about GTA. And he's like, man, that's my fucking boy. And then I go on Twitter. I'm like, look at this, and he's like, bro, come on, man. He's like, come on.
It was popping. It was like, oh, Dua Lipa. And I was like, I know who that is. And they're like, oh yeah, Bad Bunny vibe into Dua Lipa. And I was like, what's a Bad Bunny?
It's Bugs
Yeah,
Bunny. Oh, yeah. Bugs Bunny. So I'm gonna go with the 11th seed to knock off USC as well. So Junior, we have a tie. You can't use the Kansas one. You just use the Ohio one. Let's be safe. Let's use the Ohio one.
Gotcha. Here we go. Did we establish what was heads, what was tails?
Heads is USC and tails is the 11th seed.
It is tails.
Ah! So again,
Funny is that you guys are celebrating, but you guys both picked two different 11 seeds. So
I was always the 11th seed wins.
There's 3 teams here. Like, I'm just gonna work.
As long as one of the 11th seed wins, that's all that matters.
Does ESPN even let you pick between the playing games?
No.
I was like, I don't even think they do. So it doesn't matter.
So we're just rolling with an 11th seed to win. Let's move on here to Kansas versus Eastern Washington. David, who you got?
Kansas.
All right, Rock Chalk. I get it. David. Or I already got David. Sorry, BK.
Kansas, I think they would have won the Big 12 tourney if not they're close there, but COVID happened.
Pete.
Yep, feel the same way. Rock chalk, baby.
All right, clean sweep. Let's go Kansas. Kansas going to knock off Eastern Washington to move on to the round of 32. And then we've got the Oregon Ducks versus VCU. BK.
University, baby.
Ooh, he's going with VCU. Pete?
I don't know if BK saw VCU play on Sunday, but that team did not look like a tournament team. So I'm going quack, quack, Oregon. Let's go.
David, a team that's won, a school that's winning a lot of money in Oregon in the past versus VCU. Who you got?
You already know who I'm going with. I'm going with Oregon.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not even a question. That's like what Pete's saying. He's going with Ohio over Virginia.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, David loves himself some Oregon Ducks, but I still had to ask. I will also go with the Oregon Ducks. So Oregon will move on to our round of 32. And then to close out the West region, we've got
one more.
Yeah, to close out.
One more.
What? Yeah, one more of the round for this West region. Yeah, one more.
Yeah.
Iowa. It's all right. Iowa versus the high-scoring Grand Canyon. Pete, who you got?
Grand Canyon just sounds like a cool school, but no, this is Iowa. This is the Hawkeyes. You know, Luka Garza. Too much scoring.
Too much scoring. David, who you got?
I'm kind of curious where the Grand Canyon school is. Is it like near it? Is it like by it, or is it like miles away from the Grand Canyon? Because then that's kind of a send off.
Let's see.
I'm gonna look it up.
It's in Arizona.
Oh, is it?
That's weak. I'm picking.
Yeah,
Iowa
it's in
now.
Phoenix, out there with Dan. The Grand Canyon Antelopes.
Get wrecked.
Get
wrecked.
Iowa.
Dan, get wrecked.
Yeah, get wrecked. We picked Virginia to lose. That's where you're at. And we're picking fucking Grand Canyon to lose, I'm sure, too. BK, who you got?
Yeah, I mean, even though Grand Canyon, this is their first NCAA tournament appearance, they actually just got called up into D1 just a few years ago. And Bryce Drew is actually their head coach. Former, he had a shot there at the NCAA men's tournament. NBA, it was the NBA for quite some time. But they're still going to lose to Iowa. Shout out to them.
Shout out to him for getting there. 100%. The Antelopes.
Exactly.
Yeah. I will also go with the Hawkeyes. Listen, that's another state I've bashed plenty of times, and I will continue to bash. But this time, Iowa going to get the dub. Because I'll tell you what, death taxes and Iowa producing big white men to play basketball. That's what they do. So, there you go. Nailed it. Let's move to the round 64 for the South. Baylor versus Hartford. Will this get a 16 upset, David?
No.
All right. Baylor it is.
Go on, Baylor.
BK.
I'm picking Baylor, but I'm wondering if P2 is going to pick Hartford because, Baylor didn't look good the other day. So all of a sudden, are you going to pick Hartford? Because Baylor was looking bad.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I don't know if you saw VCU play. They didn't even look like they deserved to even be in the NCAA tournament. They look awful. The Bonnies just jumped on them. Okay? But no, I'm going Baylor. Baylor's too good. And Hartford, thanks for participating. Get out.
I'll also go with Baylor. So we will have Baylor moving on. North Carolina versus Wisconsin. BK.
Wearing an old championship shirt from them. Going UNC.
The UNC Tar Heels move on for BK.
Yep.
Pete.
This is another one of those 8-9. I mean, obviously these should be close. I just think UNC's got too much front court. It's just there's too many big bodies that they have. I'm going UNC, but this is going to be a classic game between them and Wisconsin. Wisconsin's so talented. I think a lot of their losses had to do with playing the Big Ten. I mean, that's just what it had to come down to. But no, I'm going to go UNC in this one as well.
David.
Man. I'm gonna go with UNC. Wisconsin has played some good games, but they played the Big Ten and they got their asses whooped a lot. So I'm just gonna go UNC.
I'll go UNC as well here to round it out. I agree with you guys. The Wisconsin thing, every single night in the Big Ten was a war. It felt like for those teams, all the schools really, and that definitely had a lot to do with Wisconsin's record. But North Carolina getting themselves in there, like Pete said, they're very talented. So I'll go with North Carolina. And then we got another 5-12 man, Villanova versus Winthrop. Pete.
Here we go. Winthrop, baby. I got Winthrop in the upset. I don't like the way the Villanova ended the season, especially with Colin Gillespie, their star player, being out. I'm going Winthrop in a shocker. 12 versus 5 upset. Let's go.
David.
I'm gonna go Nova. It's a tough one. Oh, that's basically a coin flip. I'm gonna go Nova though.
Ooh, could it be? BK?
I have Winthrop for the upset. This team can score in inches. They are like a perfect upset team for the tournament, just because if they get down early, that's okay. They have no problem shooting from deep and can get it done and can just score. They don't need a lot of possessions either. They are built for comebacks.
Well, we'll avoid a coin flip here because I also have Winthrop picking up the upset over Nova. The Gillespie injury is something that really, really worries me for Villanova. And that I honestly just don't think they've had a typical Villanova year from what we've seen in years past. So I'll go with Winthrop here in the 12 upset over the 5. Another Big Ten school here. We got Purdue versus North Texas. Home, where Stone Cold Steve Austin went to school on Austin 316 Day, everybody. So there you go. David, who you got?
I'm gonna go Purdue just because they fight in the Big Ten. Bigger competitions. I think they're gonna take the edge going into the tournament.
I wonder. I didn't look. Is Purdue playing at their home arena?
No, they're playing at Lucas Oil.
Okay. Good point.
Yeah.
BK, who you got?
I'm going to take North Texas. Again, it's just another team that scores in bunches. They finished the season hot here. Is winning 4 straight after dropping 3 straight there against UAB and Marshall. I'm going to take them with the upset.
The War Eagles. The War Eagles. Pete, who do you got?
I'm going with the Boilermakers. I'm just going with Big Ten. I mean, I haven't watched many Purdue games, and mostly Purdue games are boring. That's why I didn't watch most of the Purdue games.
Bunch
but I'm
of
just going
engineers.
Purdue. There's just too much size. I mean, it's basically they got too much size. I'm just going Purdue. I don't feel confident.
It is Austin 316 Day, but Austin 316 says the Boilermakers just whooped your ass. So I'm going to go with Purdue to knock off North Texas. So Purdue will move on in our bracket. Now we got Texas Tech versus Utah State. BK.
This is like my upset bracket. I always have another one, Utah State.
Damn, he's just firing today. He's bow, bow. Bow, bow. Pete, who do you got?
I really like that pick. I think this is gonna be another really good one. And guess what? It's in the time slot, 1:45. But guess what? Picking Texas Tech. Picking Texas Tech. I'm just doing it. I'm picking it and then moving away.
All right, there it
just
is.
Don't think about it. Texas Tech.
David, who you got?
I'm gonna go Texas Tech as well.
I will tell you, wouldn't have known who to pick here until I watched Texas versus Texas Tech the other night, and boy, ESPN was stroking Texas Tech on how well they've played. So I will go with Texas Tech here, and I will leave it at that. So Texas Tech moves on. I tell you though, if BK you get a bunch of upsets, your bracket is going to be looking real nice. At least one of them. We'll be looking real nice.
Doing one.
Oh,
I'd do one.
Only one.
That's it. I do one.
You are.
I also haven't watched as much college basketball this year as I have in years past. So I've been pretty bad about it.
All right, there we go. Arkansas versus the high scoring Colgate. I ain't talking about your toothpaste. Pete, who you got?
Another game, 12:45. So this is normally an upset. Don't care. Going against it. I'm picking Arkansas in this game. I like the Razorbacks. Razorbacks are hot. They're hot right now. So I'm going Razorbacks.
I want so bad for Pete to have like some type of like green screen so he could be like, yeah, here's your time zone right here, and this is the weather. I know the weather doesn't play a big deal here, obviously, because we're indoors, but still, when he's the weatherman and he needs to show it off, it's perfect. It's fantastic.
The bus ride from the hotel
yeah,
to the stadium.
there it is. He's showing you it.
See, now David's thinking. Yep.
Pulling up the Google Maps, showing you how the route looks. Holy shit. David, we got Arkansas or Colgate?
Well, since Colgate would probably be coming from the south side, probably, I don't know, say it's horrible traffic up to Lucas Stadium, whereas Arkansas may have a more affordable hotel on the north side in downtown, lovely area. That atmosphere of that bus ride may feel better for them. I'm gonna go Arkansas.
Holy shit! Does anybody know where Colgate is located? Just curious.
Oh, it's out east, New York, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, just south of Crust.
I don't know.
That was there for you. That was some low-hanging fruit, David. Attaboy. Attaboy. I was good. God damn it. All right. PK, who do you got here?
Remember, kids, brush them, Colgate.
This fucking guy. I was going to say before the Crest coach joke got in there, I was going to say, I don't even use Colgate, bitch. I use Crest. And that's why I was going to pick Arkansas. But David already kind of jumped in there. That got brushing your fucking teeth for BK. God damn it. Oh, this is good. That's only part of why I want Colgate to move on, because the puns continue. But I will go with Arkansas here.
Hamilton, New York.
There we go.
New York.
Hamilton.
I don't know where it is in the state of New York,
But it's somewhere.
it's in that state.
It's somewhere up there. Now we've got the Florida Gators versus Virginia Tech. David.
Oof. I honestly have no idea for this one. I'm gonna go Virginia Tech because I'm assuming BK. I'm gonna laugh. BK doesn't have this one as an upset since his entire South bracket is an upset right now.
That's where it differs.
Except for 3 of them.
BK. Who do you have?
So, with a lot of these, you'll notice, like with my bracket, I'm picking a lot with my heart and not with my head. And in my heart of hearts, I fucking hate the SEC. I fucking hate them.
You do.
And I love the ACC. I grew up an ACC fan. Let's go, Hokies! Go, bitches!
I mean, listen, I'm inspired. Pete, what about you?
Oh, BK, you don't gotta worry. The Gators are trash. The Gators are trash. And also, hey, fellas, all we gotta worry about, the game's tipping at 12:15. You know there's gonna be an upset. Let's go, BT. Hokies.
I want an Excel spreadsheet when this is done of like the time breakdowns of all the games and which ones are actually upsets or not. I want to know exactly.
I want the percentages.
It has to be like
this.
A special review podcast. Yes,
I can do the extra credit on this. I will do that this weekend. I will mark it down.
Attaboy. Nailed it. Let's do a clean sweep, baby. I'll go Virginia Tech, too. I said I felt inspired by PK. You know, I fuck the SEC. You are right. So I will go with Virginia Tech to move on. And then to close out the South bracket, we've got Ohio State versus Oral Roberts. BK.
Sorry, excuse me. Ohio State, obviously. I wasn't gonna go too crazy there.
All right. I just wanted to check. Gotta get the zone out of the
Ohio State played a hell of a game against the Illini in that Big Ten championship
did.
game. A hell of a game.
Yeah, I was texting Pete there at the end, and we were, I was getting a little fired. Oh, yeah.
You were clenching.
Oh, yeah.
You were clenching.
Man, it's oof. Pete, who you got here?
Ohio State's loaded. Yes, I'm going with the Buckeyes.
Mm-hmm. They very much are. David?
Man, for the Pums, I almost want to do Oral B because, Roberts, Bob, Oral B. Go with Colgate, the Sweet 16. That'd be great. But I'm going to go with Ohio State.
Some Colgate on your Oral B.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Yeah, no. I love the puns, but I have to go with Ohio State as well. That team is stacked. I watched it. That team played a lot. I've seen a lot of Ohio State games because of the Big Ten stuff this year, and they are for real. That is a good team. So that will do the 64 for the South. Let's move on to the East, and we start with Michigan versus the 16th seed. What is it? It's Texas Southern, and who's the other school?
Mount St. Mary's. Mount St. Mary's. In Maryland.
Ooh, in Maryland. There we go. Ooh, I think I know where BK is going. With his heart. Pete, who are you taking?
Oh, it's not gonna matter who Michigan plays. Wolverines are moving on. Let's just be real here. Come on. Let's just move on.
All right, David.
Michigan.
All right, Wolverines. Look at the one time they're good, and Dan's not even here. BK, good.
Ron Howard has done a hell of a job at Michigan. He deserves all the credit in the world. I'm picking Michigan for that entry game. I'm picking Mount St. Mary's. Homer pick, baby.
Oh, that's cool. There you go. I'll give you that. The playing game pick. I'll give it to you. But I'm also going to go with Michigan here. What bothers me a little bit, though, about Michigan is, like, how far is Michigan going to go? Michigan and Baylor, those are the 2 1 seeds where I'm like, ooh, like I might see something slip up here as we move along. But they'll at least get through the first round, of course. Number 8, 9, ooh, a good one. LSU versus Saint Bonaventure. David.
I'm gonna go LSU. Just from history fact, not really, because I have no idea how they could right now.
They played a hell of a game against Alabama. So, DK, who you got?
Yeah, Saint Bonaventure. I completely agree with you. Look, yes, Saint Bonaventure made VCU look bad because Saint Bonaventure is that fucking good. And also, fuck the SEC. Go Bonnies.
There it is. There it is. Saint Bonaventure for BK. Pete.
I mean, for all of my thinking, hating on VCU, I am gonna flip it completely, and go with LSU, because LSU took Bama to the ropes at the end in that game. I don't know if you guys caught the SEC championship game. That game was electric.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go LSU. They just got a bunch of dudes. So I'm going LSU in this game. But like Saint Bonaventure though, I mean this is gonna be a great game. This is gonna be a really good game. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yes, your analysis when you just said they got a bunch of dudes. All I thought of was John Gruden.
Dudes.
That's what I thought.
I mean, they have 3 guys that are averaging nearly 16 points a game.
Well, yeah.
I mean, they're studs. I mean, they're good.
Yeah,
LSU's good.
All those like NCAA violations. It's okay. Hey, cheer for the cheaters. I got you. I see how you are.
Oh, I'm sorry, BK. I didn't know that we were gonna pick the team that was like more like morally right. I thought we were picking a team to win a basketball game. Oh, I'm sorry.
I will leave it at this. Go Tigers. And LSU. We'll move on to the next round. Colorado versus Georgetown. Boy, let me tell you, Georgetown is hot. BK, who you got?
Georgetown is hot, but I think there's just the whole Patrick Ewing, Madison Square Garden thing, how big this plays, blah, blah. He didn't build Indiana. Colorado.
This man said he didn't build Indiana. You're right. You are correct. Some asshole did, though. Pete, who do you got?
All right, so game tipping off 12:15 here on Saturday. Colorado's traveling. Oh, I hate this for Colorado. Let's go Hoyas. Patrick Ewing's going to have the boys ready. Let's go Georgetown.
He loves West Coast games traveling for the early games other times. But this time he's like, nope, super inconvenient for this West Coast team. This man, someone get this man a map.
PK's going to have a heart
attack. First game of the day right there, 12:15. Let's go. Georgetown, baby.
Start off with an upset, baby. David, who you got?
Absolutely.
I'm going to go with this upset. Hopefully they brought some Georgetown cupcakes because those things are delicious when I visit Georgetown area. So I'm going to go with Georgetown.
Well, damn. Now I want these cupcakes. Fuck. Listen. Patrick Ewing is going to have his boys ready to play, baby. Let's go Georgetown in the upset. Because apparently the travel for the West to the early game is going to fuck them. I don't know. But I'm in on Georgetown. Georgetown moves on. Man, I feel bad Junior's only had to flip the coin like twice, poor guy. But it'll get tighter as we go. It'll get tighter as we go.
I'm just loving the enthusiasm coming from everybody.
And there it is. Florida State, the 4 seed versus UNC Greensboro. Pete, who you got?
Going with the Noles, man. Going with the Noles. Florida State, baby.
David?
I'm going to go Florida State.
All right. BK?
I'm going with Leonard Hamilton's Florida State team. They are so deep, and so they're built for these early round games because he can rotate the guys. They're not going to get tired, so they're going to get through these first rounds very easily.
Oh yeah, Patty Williams, current Chicago Bull, former Nole there at Florida State. So let's go with Florida State to move on and beat UNC Greensboro. In the 6-11 matchup, we've got BYU playing what probably was the shocker for a lot of people for a play-in game, Michigan State. versus UCLA. This is going to be a tough one. David, go ahead.
I'm just gonna go BYU.
BK?
Upset alert. BYU's on upset alert. I haven't actually decided on this one between Michigan State and UCLA yet. I've been flipping back and forth, but I know whoever comes out of that playing game is going to beat BYU.
That's right, 'cause Zach Wilson don't play basketball, baby. That's right.
That doesn't play there anymore.
Yeah, there it is. Boom.
It's been some time.
Spend some time. Fuck. Pete, who do you got?
Well, for BYU, Jimmer Fredette is not coming out. He's
Son
not
of a
coming out of that
bitch.
building. So, yeah, I'm going either Michigan State or UCLA, but more likely than not, Michigan State going Sparty to pull the upset.
That was my thing. I was going Michigan State here to win this game against UCLA and then pull off the upset. Listen, Michigan State, what a end of the season they had there. Some really big wins against the top Big Ten schools. It didn't give them enough into the Big Ten tournament, but this game against UCLA, that's going to be such a fun playing game. Like, thank you, the NCAA, for giving us that one. That's going to be great on Thursday here, but I'm going to go with Michigan State to win it and Michigan State to pull off the upset on BYU. So the 11th seed, whatever happens, moves on. And we got Texas versus Abil. I can't pronounce that school's name.
Abilene Christian.
Abilene Christian. All right, there it is. ESPN doesn't show me the full name, so I'm just guessing. So there it is. Pete, who do you got?
I got Texas in this one. I like the way Texas ended the year. I think Shaka Smart's got the team playing really well, so I'm going to go Texas in this one.
David?
I'm going to go Texas as well.
BK?
Texas as well. I really like Shaka Smart as a coach. Abilene Christian, I was watching them the other day. They got that 7-footer guy who shoots over 70% from the free throw line, who's a stud, but just Texas is too much.
Yeah, Texas is a really good team. I watched a little bit of that Big 12 tournament and got to see a little bit more of them, and they looked very, very good. They had a hell of a game against Texas Tech, but I will go with the Texas Longhorns here. Moving on here, Yukon versus Maryland. David, who do you got?
I'm gonna go Maryland.
Oh, this could fall into BK's favor. BK, who do you got?
Well, actually, PT knows. Like, I'm not even like a huge Maryland sports fan because both my parents are from North Carolina, and so and Maryland left the ACC to go to the Big Ten. Yeah, because they were losing money somehow, being in the best basketball conference, better baseball conference. But fuck UConn for leaving the American Conference where ECU plays. Go Terps! Let's go, baby!
Maryland on the upset, Pete?
I mean, March means UConn. Going with the Huskies. I don't like what I see from the Terps. Give me weird vibes.
Yep.
So I'm going UConn.
Yep, I'm all aboard on the UConn for this one because of the fact that Maryland has looked rough during the Big Ten tournament. They've looked a little rough, and they all the way into the tournament. I was not vibing with them, so I'm going to go with UConn here. Let's do heads. Let's switch it up. Let's do heads Maryland, UConn, tails. Junior, after you.
Tails.
That means UConn moves on. There it is. It's like I got an insider with Junior. I know what's going on here. Alabama.
I know these teams.
Hey, Junior's like, hell yeah, baby. I know these fucking schools. Alabama versus Iona. BK?
Alabama's got a heck of a squad. I know I said I don't like the SEC earlier, but Alabama's just really good, and it's tough that they almost didn't get the other number one seed with Baylor kind of getting it just because Baylor finished so poorly. Alabama for the win here. Easy.
All right, Pete.
Roll Tide, baby. Roll Tide.
David?
Bama.
I will also go Bama there to close out that region. So Bama will move on in the East. Then let's do the round 64 here for the Midwest. Starting with the number 1 seed, the Fighting Illini versus Drexel, baby. Pete, who you got?
Flying Illini. Let's go. Let's go. I don't like the time slot, though. 1:15, that's kind of disrespectful. To a 1 seed?
Oh, man.
What's up with that?
Yep.
What's up with that?
Sure is.
Whatever.
Sure is.
Whatever. I hope they beat Drexel by 40. Whatever.
I was a little upset because I have like going to like brunch that morning, and I'm like, fuck, dude, I gotta watch Illini. Fuck. David, who do you got?
Illinois.
Oh, you damn right. You damn right, baby. BK.
You pick True Illinois.
I was like, Yeah, let's round that out with Illinois, baby. Come on. The Big Ten champs. Let's do it. Then we got Loyola Chicago versus Georgia Tech. David.
Fly Lolo.
There they are.
Chicago.
Of course. BK.
I'm going with Loyola Chicago.
There it is. Look at
Georgia Tech got lucky. Georgia Tech got lucky there with some of the cancellations. I don't know. I don't think they're that good.
Pete.
Another excellent 8-9. Loyola got disrespected as an 8 seed. They should have been a lot higher than they were. But yeah, I'm going Loyola in this game.
Yeah, I will also go Loyola in this game. You're correct. That was the first thing my dad texted me. He was like, that was a terrible seeding for them. I'm like, what kind of bullshit is that? I was like, yeah, 100%. They were very disrespected. So, but I'll go with Loyola to set up that hot Illinois versus Loyola in the round of 32, baby. Fuck yeah. Let's get Tennessee versus Oregon State. I'm at BK. Your turn.
Rocky Top, home of Tennessee.
Boom, 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 Tennessee. Pete.
Going with the Beavers. Going with the Beavers in an upset. I'm going Beavers with an upset. Yeah, it's not your typical afternoon upset. It's 4:30, so you're teetering. But I'm gonna go Oregon State.
These times are
not gonna know what to do with the game so late in the day with the upset. They're gonna be like, can't do it now.
Well, no. Actually, BK, it works out better for Oregon State. That's a little bit later in the afternoon since they're traveling from the West Coast. So 4:30 is a good time for them.
Oregon, and there you go.
Look at BK, so fucking bad. I can see it in his eyes. David,
just think about it, BK. Just think about it.
Got it.
As a Duck fan, fuck the Beavers, so it's Tennessee.
There it is. I will also go with Tennessee here. I want to point out a lot of orange in this conference. There it is. There is a shitload. Oklahoma State versus Liberty, Pete.
Oklahoma State. I mean, they've been hot. Cade Cunningham. I think they're just too much. This team's been really good at the tail end of this year. But Liberty, I mean, this was not a good draw for Oklahoma State because, like, Liberty, they've had their upsets. So this is kind of, that scary, 4-13 matchup. But I just think Cade Cunningham's just going to be too much.
David?
I'm gonna go with Oklahoma State just because it's 6:30 in the afternoon. Right? It's a night game. It's not upset territory according to Pete's weather map. So it's 4-seat territory.
Fucking A. BK, who do you got?
That map doesn't make any geographical sense.
Wait till we get to the next one.
I'm picking Cade Cunningham. In Oklahoma State, I get a lot of kind of Carmelo Anthony vibes from Cade Cunningham back when Carmelo was there with Syracuse and led them there. Actually, ended up winning it all. I don't get that quite a vibe, but they're still very good. Like Pete said, this is a tough one with Liberty. I also think Liberty, if they would have been playing if they would have been playing Colorado, I would have picked Liberty over Colorado, no doubt. And then I still would have picked. Oklahoma State over Georgetown, not even close.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Oklahoma State. They're very so talented. Cunningham is an absolute stud, so he will definitely get the job done here against Liberty. Moving on here, we got San Diego State versus the Cuse in Syracuse. David, who you got?
Man, we got a night game here. It's super late in the day according to Pete's time. So that means it works out great for both teams, right? Well, actually, it works out great for San Diego. So,
It does.
I'm going to go with San Diego. Fuck it.
Going with San Diego State, huh? All right. BK?
Picking Syracuse. Jim Boeheim's son is playing like his hair was on fire, and he's going to keep doing it for Papa Bear there. Father-son energy. He's going to bring it.
There it is. Pete?
I do not agree with that. I'm going to go with San Diego State, and because of what David said, that is a late tip. San Diego State, it's going to be better for them. And Jim Boeheim, think about it, older individual. It's going to be a little bit later of a tip-off there.
You're right.
So
He's already had his early
that's what I'm saying, David.
He's in bed by now.
Yeah. He's already had his early bird special dinner, of liver and onions. He's probably already had his prune juice. There's no way he's going to stay up to coach the game, but that's why he's got his son there. Boeheim's on the back of the shirt.
That's right. And
I don't care what he has.
Boeheim's boys can ball, baby. I'm going with Syracuse to knock them off. Let's go, Cuse, baby. Junior gets the fucking coin ready. And this time, Pete, I'll let you choose who's heads and who's tails.
Heads can be Syracuse, San Diego State, tails.
All right, Junior.
Here we go.
Let it ride.
Okay, so P2 favors tails. Gotcha.
Heads.
Ah! Let's go!
This is the orange bracket. It's a skull. The orange teams advance.
Yeah, except Oregon State and Tennessee
Except
knocked
for-
one of them out. Yeah, motherfuckers. Tough shit. Tough shit right there. We got West Virginia versus Give Me Morehead State. BK, who you got?
I mean, that always classic name of Moorhead. Like, a good one you can always put is like first name Craven, last name Moorhead. If you just like for all you little young listeners out there, you just want to mess with your teacher.
Craven
First
Moorhead,
name Craven,
baby.
last name Moorhead. Yeah, yeah. You're welcome. BK's looking out for you. Not going against Huggy Bear, Bob Huggins in West Virginia.
Pete.
Oh, this is Huggy Bear time. This is West Virginia. This is when, Huggins, makes his run usually in the tourney. And he doesn't usually have as talented of players as he does this year. So yeah, I loved West Virginia.
All right. David, who do you got?
West Virginia as well.
Oh, hell yeah. Damn, I was sitting here because I got an update to the Bulls one, right? And I'm like, I had a really big parlay, NBA and NHL parlay I should check on. And the Penguins and the Carolina Hurricanes fucked me. Ain't that crazy? That's crazy. God damn it, I should have known better. Let's see, I'm going to go with West Virginia here. Let's move it in. I'm down with the Mountaineers, baby. Let's go. Then we got Clemson versus Rutgers. David, who do you have?
I'm gonna go with the Rutgers.
All right, he's going with Rutgers. Pete, who do you have?
I don't like what I got from Rutgers there, so I'm gonna go Clemson. Going with the Tigers. Tigers in this one.
Trevor Lawrence of the starting two guard. Here we go. BK, who do you got?
We're also going with the Clemson Tigers.
All right. I'm gonna go with Rutgers here. I'm gonna give it to them. I think Big Ten vibes, baby. They're built for war, built for a tournament. Let's go. So, David, this time I'll let you choose who's heads and who's tails.
We'll go with Clemson as head.
All right, Rutgers is tails. Junior, let it ride.
Heads.
All right, heads it is. So that would be Clemson. Yes, Clemson moves on. And then we've got Houston versus Cleveland State to round out the round of 64. Pete, who do you got?
I mean, shout out to Cleveland State for making the tournament. Good for them. But Houston's good. So yeah, I'm gonna pick Houston this one.
BK.
And Sampson has himself a squad there, even though they lost to ECU this year. In Greenville, Houston's going to roll.
David.
Houston.
Yeah, Houston, you ain't got no problems. You're going to beat Cleveland State in this one. And that rounds out the round of 64. So let's go to the round of 32. Back up to the West. Gonzaga versus Oklahoma. David.
Zaga.
Pete.
Give me the Bulldogs. Let's go.
Zaga. BK.
Zaga.
Zaga. Yeah, I'll go with Zaga as well here. I sure will. Next, Pete, Creighton or Ohio?
Oh, you already know. Let's go.
Yeah,
baby. Sweet 16. Let's go.
There it is. David, who do you got?
I'm going to go Ohio as well.
Oh, shit. PK, who you got?
I put Ohio through on the upset the first round. I am not doing that again. Like I said, I think Creighton's going to bounce back. They just did not really care against Georgetown. Creighton wins.
Listen, I can't pick
It
a...
just be like, fuck your weather map.
Yeah, probably was. I tell you what, man. I didn't have Creighton winning in the first round, right? And Pete and I, we were on the same page. We weren't going with Creighton there. And I ain't going with Creighton now, baby. Oh, yeah, I can't pick a racist head coach. Come on, man. Let's go, Bobcats. And Doug McDermott also could suck my left nut, too, so that's cool. So that's fine. Then we've got the 11 seed. It's either Wichita State or Drake versus Kansas. David, who do you got?
I'm going to go Kansas.
Rock chalk. BK?
For the stakes, I have Wichita State in that game, beating Drake and then beating USC. But Kansas comes out, owns the state again.
Oh, I thought you were throwing me for a loop there. I was like, oh, he's going Wichita State, and he doesn't even know Wichita State's going to be the team. That's ballsy. This is getting crazy. Pete?
I'm going Kansas. Bill Self. If they, I feel like if they can just survive that first round, with like the whole COVID situation that they were dealing with, get them back on the right track. I like them moving on here against, whatever the 11 seed would be.
Yeah, I had Drake winning that first round, the playing game, and then winning. And I ain't going Drake this time, baby. Kansas is going to get the dub here. Rock chalk. Moving on. Then to close out the West bracket, we've got Oregon versus Iowa. BK. Who do you have?
See, because I had the upset of VCU, and I really do not like Iowa's defense. They can score. I'm going to pick Oregon. Fuck it.
Whoa!
I have VCU with the upset. I have VCU going to the Sweet 16, so I'm just going to, you know what? Whatever. Oregon with the upset.
Oregon going to fill the soul of VCU that was lost the last round. David, I think I know. Well, I think I actually don't know. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Oh, he's thinking about it. Look at it.
Fuck the Hawkeyes.
Quack.
Quack.
Oh, shit. Oregon over Iowa. Oh, man. Oh, the bracket's going to hinge on a coin toss. Holy shit. Pete, who do you have?
This is going to get wild.
Oh, my God. Like, you guys, Jesus, man. Luka Garza, the disrespect. Iowa, let's go. Iowa, let's go. Come on, man.
I knew that at some point Junior was going to have a lot of power, and he's about to have a lot of power because I'm going Iowa. I'm going Iowa over Oregon here. Man, all right. So, BK, you get to choose who is heads and who is tails.
Because I want to mess with P2. I'm going to put tails with Oregon.
All right.
Heads with Iowa.
All right. Here we go.
I actually have a team I want to pick, but I'm going to hold it off until after the coin flip.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. Tails, baby.
Son of a bitch, dude! That's the bracket! There, it's gone! It's over! It's done! Son of a bitch! Junior, who were you looking to pick?
I was gonna pick Oregon.
salty.
Oh, you were gonna pick Oregon? Son of a bitch, dude.
Yes, it wouldn't even matter if we had a coin flip.
Oh my god, dude. I'm so sad.
Because if I would have said the team I wanted and it landed on Tails, you guys would have been saying that that's biased. That's why I held on.
No, you're 100% correct, Junior. I would have called you out. I've been flipping another one. That's bullshit. Oh wow. Okay.
When you're doing the feather flip, I'll put you on that one, baby. Quack quack.
Damn, man.
Quack, quack.
Holy
Let's
shit.
fly together.
Wow. All right. Baylor versus North Carolina, Pete.
I'm going with the Baylor Bears. Going with the Baylor Bears.
So flabbergasted.
Well, no, BK. Like now I don't know. Like I just picked Baylor, and like I'm going to pick UNC. Now I'm like shocked. Like what's going to happen here? I feel very hesitant about this pick. Like Baylor.
David.
This one I'm going with Baylor.
Oh, thank God. PK, who do you got?
The Baptist from Baylor, baby.
All right, there we go. Back to normal. Okay, I will also go Baylor here. Baylor to move on. Winthrop versus Purdue, David.
Purdue.
BK.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Sweet 16, Winthrop! I do have them in Sweet 16, though. That's for real.
Oh, okay. There it is. Pete, who do you got?
Winthrop, let's go! Let's go! Purdue is too boring to watch. I don't want to watch any more games of them. Winthrop.
Suck it!
The best engineer, mechanical engineer, I think that's what he is, that I know is Dan the Freakster Frigo, and he didn't go to fucking or Purdue. He went to fucking NIU, baby. So let's go Winthrop! Let's do it! Winthrop! Let's go! Birds fly together, baby! Woo! We're gonna go Winthrop. After the Oregon pick, at this point, it just is what it is. It just is what it is.
This bracket's gonna be
As soon as... Because I was like, oh, it's cool. Like I got a feeling Dave is gonna pick Oregon. Of course, he loves Oregon. And I'm like, man, BK literally just fucking threw a wrench in that one, man. Woo-wee. Texas Tech versus Arkansas. Let's go, Pete. Who do you have?
I got the Razorbacks. Razorbacks in this one. This should be this should be a great game. But I'm going Arkansas on this one.
All right, BK.
Arkansas, sure. I'll go chalk just to, I actually had Colgate going to the Sweet 16 for this.
Brushing your
This
teeth
is
with
like my
Colgate.
upset bracket right here. This is my upset side.
I can feel it. David, who do you have?
I'm going Arkansas.
All right, I will also go Arkansas. The Razorbacks. We'll move on. Whew, God, man. Ooh, this one makes me nervous as well. Oh, okay, cool. BK, Virginia Tech, or Ohio State.
Ohio State.
All right, thank you very much, Pete.
Ohio State.
I'm going no, just kidding. Ohio State. No,
I was
definitely
like,
Ohio State.
this happens.
Definitely Ohio State.
I was like, I had a great idea and you guys ruined it.
Why did we even do this? Why did we even do it? What was the David, who do you have?
Ohio State.
All right, I will also go with
clean
Ohio
sweep.
State. Yeah, there you
Clean
go.
sweep.
Cool. Michigan versus LSU, BK.
Fuck LSU. Go Wolverines.
Oh, Michigan moves on. David.
Michigan.
Pete.
Michigan, now a basketball school.
All right. I was going to go LSU here, but we will go with Michigan. Georgetown versus Florida State, David.
Sadly, they didn't bring enough cupcakes, so it's gonna be Florida State this time.
Son of a bitch. Pete.
Cupcakes.
I am going Florida State. Florida State in this one. I'm sorry, Patrick Ewing. This is where it ends.
Yeah, you only built part of the house in Indiana. BK. Who do you got?
No, he didn't even lay the foundation. All right. Florida State.
Yeah, David sold me with not bringing enough cupcakes, so I'm going to go Florida State here as well.
It's a cupcake, and if they don't bring enough, then
right. If he would have brought enough, I would have thought about it. I'd be like, ooh, maybe.
Yeah, or they didn't bring in enough to give to the other team to give them stomach cramps and give them food poisoning because they gave food poisoning to Colorado.
Or
because that's why the time change didn't work in that case for Colorado.
Ah, I see. I'm picking up where we're going.
That wasn't it.
He said that wasn't it.
The show where we all put on our tinfoil hats.
This is it. Feels a lot like a Joe Rogan show. Everybody, it feels a lot like a Joe Rogan show. Oh, shit. We got the 11th seed, either Michigan State versus UCLA or UCLA. I'm sorry, versus Texas. Pete.
Going Texas. Texas.
All right, long.
They're hot.
David.
I'm gonna go Texas.
All right, BK.
Things bigger in Texas, including the Dubs.
That's right, baby. Let's go. Matthew McConaughey, like he says, man. All right. We're going Texas, baby. Let's go. Yukon versus Alabama. BK, who do you got?
Tide.
Roll Tide. All right, you going Bama. Pete?
Roll Tide as well. Roll Tide as well. This team should have been possibly a 1 seed. So yeah, Bama.
David?
Bama as well.
All right, clean sweep. I am also going Bama. All right, let's move to the Midwest here. We got the number 1 seed, the Fighting Illini versus Loyola Chicago. David, who do you have?
Illini.
BK?
Draw for Loyola Chicago. Battle for the state. Sister Jean's gonna be there. What a treasure. National icon. Just could give her all the accolades. But she cannot curry enough favor with the Lord above for Loyola Chicago to upset Illinois, fortunately.
No, I was going to say, no, there's not enough of that going around. Pete, who do you got?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the only way Loyola wins. So yeah, I'm going with the Flying Illini.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, Illini. Moving on here to the next round, to the Sweet 16. Tennessee versus Oklahoma State. Pete.
Cade Cunningham. Let's keep it up. I want to see Illinois against Oklahoma State. So that sounds like an awesome matchup. So I'm going Oklahoma State.
All right, David.
I'm gonna follow him. Oklahoma State.
Here we go. BK. All right, let's do it. We're all going Oklahoma State here. Moving on, we've got the 11th seed Syracuse versus the 3 seed West Virginia. BK, where are you going? All right, West Virginia it is. Take me home. Country roads. Pete.
Roads.
Are you also going?
Well, John Denver would pick West Virginia, as will I. A couple old, Big East teams against each other. So this would be fun. But yeah, I'm going West Virginia.
All right, David.
West Virginia as well.
And I will round that out with a West Virginia pick as versus Houston. David, does Houston have a problem?
You cut out there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Clemson versus Houston. Yes. Yeah, okay, got it. Cool, got it. Never mind. Houston versus Clemson. There you go.
Not yet. Houston.
All right, there we go. BK.
Houston.
Yes, gotcha. Good.
Houston does not have a problem because they will be going into the Sweet 16.
All righty, Houston for BK as well. Pete.
Oh yeah, going with the Cougars. Like the Cougars in this one.
I will also go with the Cougars as well, going with Houston. So now we move on to the Sweet 16, and we start with Gonzaga versus OU. Oh yeah, the Bobcats of Ohio. Pete, is this where it ends?
Yeah, this is definitely where it ends. Yeah. Too much size. Too much size from Gonzaga. This is where I probably might cry.
Yeah.
So this is where it ends.
Yeah.
All right, PK also, going with Zaga as well. David?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Zaga as well.
All right. I was real tempted if someone picked up Ohio just to say fuck it and go balls out, but no one did. So I will go Gonzaga as well to advance to the Elite Eight. Kansas versus fucking Oregon, man. All right. David, who you got?
Quack, motherfucking quack.
Oh my god. All right. PK. Who you got?
He's just so... His head's down.
You got
He's trying to breathe. I am going to pick the one team with a good mascot that is blue. Kansas. Go Jayhawks.
Mike Boyk out there. Don't sleep on Winthrop. We've got him in the Sweet 16, Mike. So don't worry about it. We got him. Pete, who do you got? Maybe. No.
Facts.
Oh, am I delayed? Oh, is that why? Gotcha.
I'm going Kansas. Rock, chalk, J.
All right. I will go Kansas as well. Moving on. Let's do Baylor versus Winthrop.
Oh no.
Oh, good. Yeah, maybe. Cool. Good.
Baylor Bears, baby. Baylor Bears. Moving on. Sorry, Winthrop. This is where it ends.
All right. BK, Baylor versus Winthrop.
What?
This one. BK, Baylor.
The Cinderella ends here. It ends with Baylor.
All right. David, let's see. Winthrop. No. Yeah. Baylor versus Winthrop. Maybe.
I'm gonna go Baylor.
All right. Baylor it is. I will also go Baylor. Arkansas versus Ohio State. BK.
The Ohio State University.
Pete.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that dumb school in Columbus. Whatever. So they're gonna move on because they're good at basketball. So I'm going Ohio State.
Pretty good. They're pretty good.
Pretty good. David.
I'm gonna go Ohio State.
And I will also go Ohio State as well. Now we get to Illinois versus Cade Cunningham and Oklahoma State. Pete, who do you got?
Illini, baby. Io shuts down Cade Cunningham. Let's go.
Let's do it. David, how about yourself?